Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I decided that I want to do a little ditty on a concept that I feel is very important for creating kind of like any sort of life that we want. Before I get started though, I want you to make sure to subscribe to my channel and there's a little bell. Do hit that so that you get notifications for any time I upload a video. You are in the know on when that happens, so you're not gonna miss out because shit's about to get really real. But back to the concept. I'm 38 and a half years old and I have literally never felt more alive in my life. And I used to think that like as we got older, like shit was gonna suck worse, everything was gonna get harder, it was gonna get hard to like love ourselves, it was gonna get harder to lose weight, all that stuff, right? But as I got into the realm of coaching and understanding more about how our brains work, we really do have a lot more say in what it is that we want to feel, and then that translates into like creating kind of a life that we really want, as opposed to being in the victim mindset of like, oh, all this shit just happens to me. So I'm gonna name this one. Should I name these videos? Do people do that? I don't even know. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm still, you know what, to me imperfect action is better than not putting anything out there at all. So but I'm gonna call this diatribe force versus flow. So what I have learned and what I have observed in life when we want something, for instance, you know, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a nutrition coach, like I get into the mindset and the confidence world. What I notice across the board, and in myself too, is if somebody has got a death grip like on a certain result that they absolutely want, most times that is a recipe for like actually repelling it. And it was so interesting because like in society we always like value like grind and, you know, work hard and like all that, and I am not poo-pooing that because I do think like work hard, but it's a different work hard for me now. Like it's not, I do believe that the things that we want, if we're in alignment and we're flowing, actually come to us more effortlessly and easily than when we're trying to force. So when I'm coaching women and I see them, and like first when I start out with them, because most of the time they're like unraveling years and years and years of like conditioned bullshit, like carbs are bad and like we need to starve ourselves and over exercise and yada yada. And they want to feel good in their skin because they've lived so much of their life just feeling shit, hating themselves, which I'm like the queen of. I used to be the queen of. But so it kind of leads them to have this death grip on like wanting the freedom of not feeling like that so badly. And I can tell the difference of who's going to actually achieve it versus who we need to kind of like address a few things from. Because if you have trust in what you're doing, you kind of relax, right? Like you can feel it in your energy. You just allow. And that's kind of like the flow part of it. But when we force things, we question what we're doing, we're not really sure, we kind of are like, and you can just feel the difference. What the difference in that is, force versus flow. If you're forcing, it really is indicative to me, now that I observe, of a lack of confidence and belief in ourselves, right? So like part of it, like on another video someday, is we have to be able to envision and feel and imagine what it is like we're going towards, right? Like how is it gonna feel when I feel good in my skin and I'm sexy and I'm confident and I just like, I don't hate myself and pick myself out and apart in front of the mirror. We have to like get into that feeling like now. But also we have to have a certain amount of belief in ourselves and our capabilities to do that, which then comes into the growth mindset or fixed mindset, which is another characteristic of people that are successful tend to have the growth mindset, or people that are struggle bus. It's not impossible, a little more challenging, totally able, but they tend to have more of a fixed mindset. But when you are looking at your goal, you have to be able to see it, 2, be able to believe that you have the ability to do it, and then 3, just trust that you are on the right path. I always tell the girls, I always ask them, actually, I'm always saying, check your energy. Like, and to me, that means, you know, I'm woo is woo, but then I'm also very realistic and down to earthy too. But what I mean is, if you're going for a goal and you feel any kind of like constriction, like, oh, you know, like I want it so bad and I'm just really not sure, like I say, fucking walk away from the project. Anything you're trying to do, whether it's in weight loss, fat loss, you start your own business, whatever creative thing that you're doing in this world, I always say peep your energy, because if it has any signs or smells like just like this, I can't even have like words for it, it's not gonna work. Walk away from it. Walk away, because then that's ultimately telling you that somewhere deep inside of you is a limiting belief that you have a glass ceiling on that is going to like set the tone for where you're able to go up to. And like my word right now, and it has been for a while, and probably maybe I should just tap to it on my forehead, is limitless. Because I do see now in my own life and in my practice with working with women how we really set the glass ceiling on ourselves. We set our own limitations, and it's by like the sneaky, insidious little thoughts that go unchecked. Which, if you saw my video on my channel, I don't know when I released that one, but it's our thoughts really do create our results, and there's nothing truer than that statement. But back to the first flow. So I invite you to like think about something that you're birthing. Like maybe you, for instance, for me, just to give a personal example, I just signed up to be a Zaya rep, and I'm like fucking stoked about it. But here's the thing, like I stalked Zaya forever. I have like a major aversion to MLM stuff because just whatever, because. And so when I signed up, I wanted to make sure that A, I love the product, B, like I'm putting my name behind something that I'm absolutely a million fucking % passionate about, because I have a forceful energy, and I know that when I get myself behind myself and my belief, I can like move mountains. So I had to make sure, and once I made sure, like I signed up and I was excited, and then you breathe for just a minute, and then all of a sudden the little trickly thoughts come in like, Zaya is so over infiltrated, it's so saturated, everybody's doing it, people don't like it, nobody wants to see another party, and all these fucking shitty thoughts like start, you know, zooming around in my brain. And like thankfully I had the wherewithal to be able to like kind of like look at them and like give them a peace sign and be like, I am not allowing that to set the stage for what I'm going to create, or what I have in my heart vision about this project and this adventure and the impact that I want to have. And so by addressing those thoughts and catching them and checking them, challenging them and changing them, then I was able to take myself kind of out of that frantic, like, oh fuck, what did I do? Yeah, that's probably right. Oh my God, now I'm gonna have to work so hard, and back into like a trusting, just knowing like, you know what, this is an adventure, this is gonna be fun, like, you know, and every time I get into that state, things flow. Like literally, and I will tell you, everything that it is that you want, I swear, you are so capable of having, but we're just not taught these concepts, you know, like about, because we're all just, it's like, we see it all over. You have to work hard, you have to blah, 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 like wear your fingers down to the bone and get what you want. And that is just like not the truth. Maybe in the mindset world, we have to kind of work a little harder, but like that's smarter, because literally everything changes with what goes on in here and here, and your belief about you, and your beliefs are all created by your thoughts. And so in your thoughts, you can create that flow, trust, aligned state by one, disallowing those things that I was just sharing with you about my Zaya adventure from taking root, and then intentionally placing something in there that's more uplifting. And you don't even have to be like super over the top positive about it, but just kind of like move it up to neutral, to maybe like curious, to then you kind of like get some momentum, and then you get behind yourself, and then like things radically change. We always think that like if we want to change our outside world, we like go out there and start picking and choosing, and that is like the wrong recipe. After 38 fucking years, I finally figured it out that we go inside, check our thought work, check our belief in ourselves, what is our perception of ourselves, and that's how you do the dynamic change. And so, yeah, my diet, I don't even know what the word diatribe really means, but it sounded so good. I was like, let me plug that word in right now. So I did. But my invite to you is like, have you signed up for Zaya? Maybe you probably have, like a million. The company is just like boomed. Maybe are you starting out on your own? You're like, oh my God, this quarantine bod is like not swell, and you start off on your own little like weight loss, fat loss journey, so you can either get back into your old clothes or just get into a better state of health than you ever were. Check your energy about it. If you do not feel calm and grounded and centered and flowy and aligned and peaceful and trusting, then we've got some limiting beliefs that we need to uncover and reprogram. And I'm totally capable of helping and coaching women through that. And that's another reason why I'm so excited about Zaya, because I literally want to create like a bomb-ass team of women that go out and have their own little miraculous, magnificent businesses too, so that they learn that they literally are capable of anything that they want to do. And that's just my true belief, and I'm going to keep preaching it. And so that's my little blurb for today. Again, subscribe to my page. Maybe comment, like, share, whatever. I want you here. If you're here, if you like it, you could get value out of this. I'm appreciative of that, but just so you get notifications of every time I post a video, because I really don't know what I'm doing yet, and I don't really give a fuck either, because I figured we'll just see where this goes, because again, my word is limitless. But anyway, so we'll see you on the next video.